Have you ever imagined that an old frigate, with a displacement of less than 2,000 tons, can pour 150 rockets into the coast 40 kilometers away in 30 seconds, turning the whole beachhead into a sea of inferno? This is not a fictional scene of science fiction movies, but the Chinese Navy had a real, Sea Thunder, 516, Jiujiang, fire support ship to create the myth of the battlefield. The world's only, one of the, steel storm maker, with deafening gunfire, rewriting the law of modern naval warfare firepower projection, but also reveals the economics of war, low-cost destruction, of the cruel truth. Launched in 1975, the 053H type, Jiujiang, frigate, was only an ordinary member of China's coastal defense system. It is equipped with twin 100mm guns, 37mm anti-aircraft guns, and, upstream 1, anti-ship missiles, designed to position itself as an anti-ship and patrol. 2002, when this 27-year veteran sailed into the shipyard, a shock to the global military community, surgery began. Engineers removed all the missile launchers, and aft main gun, in only 76 meters long deck. As for precision building blocks, like the installation of 5 groups of 50-tube rocket launching system. Each launcher weighs 32 tons and is hydraulically operated to achieve plus or minus 150 degrees horizontal rotation and 0 degrees minus 60 degrees pitch adjustment. To support this unprecedented firepower density, the hull keel has been reinforced, and the lower compartments have been converted into a 3-story modular ammunition storage facility, storing 750 spare shells. The automated delivery system runs like a vein of steel. A hydraulic elevator lifts the 45-kilogram 122mm rockets from the lower magazine to the deck, where they are precisely fed into the launch tubes by a bidirectional conveyor rail. The ship's 250 tubes can be reloaded in just 15 minutes, more than 3 times faster than the Army's rocket units. Its digital fire control hub can simultaneously handle ballistic solutions for 50 targets, combining the centimeter-level positioning of Beidou satellites with laser end irradiation from drones to keep the strike circle probability error within 30 meters, a devastating level of accuracy for area targets. The U.S. Naval War College exclaimed in a special report, "This ship melds the saturated aesthetics of the Soviet Union's Katyusha, the modular wisdom of Chinese industry, and the 21st century C4ISR system into one." In the summer of 2018, the Thunder and Fury exercise in a sea area of the South China Sea became the god of the 516 ships. Faced with a composite defense system simulating an enemy-occupied island, including minefields, triangular cones, trenches and permanent fortifications, this refitted old ship, which was despised by the Blue Army, suddenly showed its fangs. Within 30 seconds, 150 122mm rockets roared into the air at 0.5-second intervals, instantly filling the sky with crimson trails. The temperature in the area covered by the barrage soared to 2,000 degrees Celsius, turning the 3-kilometer-long, 800-meter-deep coastline into a boiling wall of fire, and 83% of the 500 pre-set obstacles were directly vaporized. The blast shockwave even crashed into the portholes of the observation ship 10 kilometers away in a ring of condensed water spray. "We monitored a beachhead tremor equivalent to a 3.5 magnitude earthquake," the exercise data officer wrote in his post-war report, and infrared thermal imaging showed surface temperatures soaring from 32 degrees C to 612 degrees C in 2 minutes. This subversive, instantaneous zero-fire capability has fundamentally rewritten the script of traditional amphibious operations. Dr. Mark Jensen, senior defense analyst of RAND Corporation, pointed out profoundly in his report, the suppression effect that traditional naval gunfire preparation takes hours to barely achieve can be completed or even surpassed by the 516 ships in a few minutes, by virtue of their terrifying unison firing capability. This extreme compression of combat time leaves little window for the defender to organize an effective counterattack. Even more strategic is its amazing cost-benefit ratio. Compared to a strategic tactical missiles that can cost millions or even tens of millions of dollars, the 122mm rockets fired from the 516 ships only cost as much as a high-end smartphone. This low-cost saturation strike operational economics makes large-scale, high-intensity, sustainable firepower a reality, making any defense system a cost-crushing nightmare. RAND's wargaming scenarios show that in a hypothetical conflict in the Taiwan Strait, the first assault by 3 516 class ships could paralyze 70% of the West Coast's Keyshore defense nodes, saving the landing force a 48-hour window of prime time, the core lifeblood of modern amphibious warfare. Although the 516 ship was decommissioned in 2020, the 3mm deep launch tube scorch marks on its deck have become the most shocking mark of war in the Qingdao Naval Museum. But this, see Katyusha, nurtured three major war philosophy, is deeply reshaping the modern military system. In the rapid development of anti-missile technology today, the 516 ship proved that, when the precision encountered a bottleneck, the projection times speed times cost of the composition of the fire triangle is the key to break the game. The key to break the game. On the Russian-Ukrainian battlefield, the war of attrition between the Russian Tornado G rocket launcher and the Ukrainian Patriot system is precisely the land echo of this concept. The total cost of renovating the 516 ships is less than 1/10 of the cost of building a new frigate, but it allows the old equipment to gain cross-generational combat power. This idea has been sublimated in the Fujian Carrier Battle Group, the 052DL destroyer, to be unveiled in 2024, through the expansion of the helicopter deck and radar upgrades, so that the 6,000-ton platform has the ability to detect against 10,000 tons of cruisers. Even more amazing is the civilian row ship Wukong ship plan. The civilian roll-on roll-off Wukong ship program integrates a 128-unit vertical launch system on a 30,000-ton freighter at 1/5 the cost of a Burke-class destroyer. The Sea Thunder 25 system revealed at the 2025 Zhuhai Airshow pushes the 516 ship legacy into a new dimension. This containerized rocket launch module is 12 meters long, can carry 4,300 mm rockets, and can be retrofitted by any deck-strength cargo ship in just 6 hours. Even more lethal is the accompanying Ghost Fleet system, a constellation of low-orbit satellites plus unmanned repeaters that instantly transforms a fleet of merchant ships into a 500-kilometer range distributed firepower group in wartime. The 516 is not perfect. Its 40-kilometer range is dependent on fleet air defense cover, and its single-function design is a bit tight in systematic warfare. However, its real value lies in the fact that it breaks the shackles of the carrier-only mentality. As the first captain said, "We have proved that what determines the victory or defeat in naval warfare is not only the generation difference in technology, but also the innovative ability to combine existing equipment to create a disruptive effect." When mosaic warfare and algorithmic warfare have become Western military buzzwords, the rusty old ship in Qingdao Harbor is silent to tell the more essential truth. The real military revolution is always born in the extreme breakthrough of resource constraints. 516 ships with 250 steel gun barrels to prove, in front of the wisdom and boldness, the tonnage and generation difference is never an insurmountable high wall. The 516 proves with 250 steel barrels that, in front of wisdom and courage, tonnage and generation difference is never an insurmountable wall. Now, its soul is being injected into those ghost freighters, sailing in the gray zone, intelligent minefields, lurking in deep-sea ravines, and killer satellites, cruising in near-Earth orbit. In the reflection of this legendary warship, what we see is not only the remnants of the steel storm, but also the infinite possibilities of the future war that makes people tremble.